For my informational interview experience, I interviewed a doctor at an office that I have an internship with. The office is called Law Enforcement Psychological Associates, and she is one of the psychologists that work there. Aside from working for this office, she has her own private practice as well, where she deals with marriage counseling and things from children to just different family general issues. So I interviewed Dr. Angela Stewart, and she has been practicing for over 30 years now. She received her bachelor's in psychology at Syracuse, and then she got her master's at Geneseo, kind of used that as a bridge before receiving her PhD in clinical psychology from the American University of Washington. She actually began working at a Montessori school where she was in charge of children with severe behavioral issues. So she worked her way up and kind of directed everyone else that taught there. The first thing that I learned about myself in this interview was that I was a little unsure whether or not I would like the sedentary work style of being in an office all day. Just for my personal preference, I like to move around a lot and have new things to encounter every day. And not saying that you wouldn't have new things to encounter every day with psychology in an office, because you obviously are hearing new stories from people and such, but I like to, move my body a lot and just be physically involved in different situations. The next thing that I learned was that I do believe I'm in the right field of psychology because of how involved and invested you get with your patients, which actually leads me to what I learned about this profession. She warned me a bit to keep if I end up pursuing this career, she said that I should definitely keep my work life and home life separate, because I suppose you seem to lose perspective on your own life versus your patients' lives, and you don't want those to intertwine at all. You want to keep them separate. And she said, in order for yourself to keep a healthy mind on the job, it is important to remain physically healthy as well, because obviously with sitting all day, your mind is constantly active, but it's important to keep your body active too. Another thing that I learned was that in regard to psychology, opening your private practice is going to be the most financially beneficial. And I believe that another important aspect to note is that if you work extremely hard your first few years, it will really pay off in the long run, because if you have your own private practice, you will be able to essentially be your own boss. So you can pick what days and hours and what clients you see. She has actually worked her way up, so she only works 3 days a week, and she takes monthly vacations with her family. So I think that if you really put in the hours in the beginning, build up your clientele, it will definitely benefit you in the long run.